Crypto Space is back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad right now sitting just under 245 cent, 25 cent I should say. And we did say this in previous videos that you could see Monad have a bit of a pullback back down to the 2.4 cent, 2.3 cent area. Someone even in my comment section said it may fall back down to the 1.7 cent level, right? Now this is the thing, the short-term price action. I already see someone in my comment section, saying, "Oh, it's lower than my entry. Oh, do I sell?" Yeah. Try your best, guys, to not be emotional in this space. This is why I say invest an amount that you're willing to lose, right? This is why I'm not telling you guys to buy 1 million Monad coins, right? I'm not telling you to put 25K into Monad. No. This is why I say 50K to 100K Monad is reasonable, and I think that's an amount that most people would be willing to lose, right? 50,000 Monad right now is $1,227. If something goes wrong, I don't think that's going to put you in debt. I don't think that's going to make you, think like, it's the end, you're ruined from crypto, it's the end of my life, etc., right? Same thing with the 100,000 Monad, $2,457. I think you can make a comeback, if you lose an amount like that. Now that is a lot of money for a lot of people, right? That is, but that's why I say even 50,000 is a good bet, right? And then again, you strategically approach the market and you try your best to remove that emotion, right? If you see the price dipping, don't instantly invest, 1,300 into Monad here. You DCA, you buy 300 now, wait a few days, it might go lower, then you buy another 500, right? It goes a little bit lower, or it stays the same in the next few days, stays consolidating at 2.4 cent, maybe it drops to 2.3 cent, then you add another 300, right? This is how you approach this market. You have to be as strategic as possible. You have to be your best. You can't just give this market half your effort and expect the full reward, right? You can't. This market is the most difficult trading financial class ever, but it is the most rewarding, right? There literally was someone on Solana on chain legitimately turned $400 into $1.5 million in the past 2 months on a Solana meme coin, right? I could bring up the screenshot and show you, but you think that was easy to pull off? Was that like a simple thing? No, it was extremely difficult. But what did the person do? They didn't invest more than they were willing to lose, right? They tossed in $400. They was like, oh, if the 400 goes to zero, I don't care. Whatever happens to this $400, it happens. I can make this back from my job. I can make this back doing whatever else, any hustle or whatever else I do in life. Toss the 400 in, never know what could happen, held it, and now boom. They already took profits. You'd be like, well, they didn't sell, so it's not real. They already took like 6 figures out just to show you how much gains they made, right? Because they bought it under 100K market cap. Now, I'm not telling you to go trade Solana meme coins because this is extremely difficult to pull off, right? This is the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. This is why I compare crypto to pro athletes, right? A lot of people, when people say, oh, crypto sucks, crypto ruins lives, well, guess what? For every person that tries to become a pro athlete in the NFL or the NBA, you name it, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, there's only the top 1% of the 1% that gets to become a pro athlete. So the odds basically are the same. Yeah, and like there's so many of your friends that probably play college football and they never made it to pro, right? They never made it to pro, even though they were great. They never made it. Only the top 1% of the 1% could pull off trades like this, right? So this is why I'm not covering projects like this on the channel or trying to find the next Solana 1000x. No, because that is extremely difficult. I can't do it myself. I do my best to try, and even that I fail at, right? But I'm saying this is possible in this space. $400 to 1.3 million, and at the peak, I think it was at 1.6 million, and they already de-risked 6 figures because they took profits on the way up. What you could do from traders like this is learn from them. So it's the same thing here with Monad. We learn from people like that. We invest in Monad because it's an altcoin that has utility, a much safer bet. It's still risky, but it's not as high risk, right? It has great upside, right? And what do we learn? Okay, so we invest an amount that we're willing to lose, right? Now, Monad goes 10, 20, 30, 50x, maybe even 100x, right? Which is very possible. You can't say it's not possible with the circulating market cap that it has and the tokenomics that it has, okay? So then you see 10, 20 XR Monad with whatever you invested that you were willing to lose. You take some profits, you de-risk, so you never actually lose anything with profits on top of that. So if you invested 1,300 in Monad, got 50,000 Monad, now you're up 10, 20K, 15K, you take out 5K, you leave in 10K, or, you know, you take out 5K, you leave it, you take out half of that, 7,500, you leave in the 7,500, and then, you know, the 7,500, now you're risk-free. That $1,300 you put into the market, right, is now risk-free. You already made your money back plus 6K, right? Amazing. Now you have 6K. Well, what could you do with the 6K? You could cash out 6K, put that on your bank account, help some bills, help some debts, or whatever you have to deal with. Then the other 3K could go right back into the altcoin market while you keep your Monad moon bag to Valhalla if it does go to $1, right? And then the other 3K could go into a next investment, right? This is how you have to be. We learn from the degens. We have to learn from the degens that are making the millions and what are they strategies that they use and apply that ourselves, right? You know, maybe you make that extra 3,000, you take $200 out of that and go into the Solana trenches, or better yet, since it's a new layer one and it's fresh and its ecosystem hasn't exploded as yet, you take that extra $200 to go into the Monad ecosystem, right? That's an idea, right? So so let's take a look right here at the, you know, what people are saying on the X. I saw there was an update. There was an update for the X algorithm, so a lot of the crypto tweets aren't gonna go out as, you know, people that tweet on X for crypto, it's not gonna, you know, populate like it used to, which is very strange. You know, well, the thing is, right, again, everyone outside of crypto views crypto as a scam, excuse me, and I don't blame them because it's so difficult to trade these markets. I've been here for a few years, and 2024 was like the best year for me personally, and I'm, you know, obviously optimistic that 2026 will be great because last year was the most difficult trading experience I've ever had in the space. 2025 was difficult, like nothing went up, and if it did go up, it only went up for like a 2x, 3x, and then came back down, right? No 5x, no 10x, no 50x, none of that, right? So I could understand like why they would limit that because there's a lot of grifters, scammers, etc. But you know, obviously the search up for MON, you just type in the ticker MON on X and you're still gonna see stuff get populated. And you know, it's a good way to measure sentiment with, like, if you're short-term trading MON, if you're swing trading, which I don't recommend, but you know, there's people like that, right? So I'm still holding my MON allocation here from Lidicus, right? Having a bit of a pullback. It may come back down to that 2.322 cent area. That's fine. Like I said, it's just going to be great DCA opportunities for us, right? So a lot of the TA here leaning more bearish. Oh, this is this person is extremely bearish here, looking for like 0.08 all the way down to 0.08, man. Expecting alts to bottom out around the end of Q1. By then, sentiment should be completely washed out, tired, gone, or done with crypto. MON, for example. Wow, down to 0.08, so we lose 1 cent. That would be a great buying opportunity. I'm guessing he's expecting like we enter a short-term bear market. A lot of people think we're about to enter a bear market this year, Benjamin Cohen included. A lot of people think we're gonna, you know, Bitcoin is gonna visit 50K this year, 60K this year, maybe even under 50K, right? it's left to be seen, man. We ended the bull run on apathy. 4-year cyclers, we ended the bull run on, no euphoria, no hype, none of that, right? No retail ever came back. So I don't think you could, obviously I could be wrong as well, but I don't think we should expect the typical bear market, right? Because the bull run ended on such a sad note. The 4-year cycle, the year of euphoria, where it's supposed to be the easiest to trade, was the worst year to trade. So again, I don't expect the typical bear markets, but a lot of people think that we either might go down for the whole year and bottom in October, right? And they could be right. But if that's the case, I will still be here updating you guys through the bear market. And if Monad does get impacted by that, well, we just cover it. And that's why I say never invest more than you're willing to lose. If you're not over invested and the bear market does happen, right, you're not over invested, all you have to do now is just, as these months go by, use that time to accumulate Monad, right? That's what I would do personally, right? So but we'll see though, because that could change, right? We could have a mini bear market. We could bottom in summer. I think that could also be the case. Instead of a year-long bear market, we just have a short bear market because we ended on apathy. We didn't end on euphoria. We ended on just pain and suffering. We ended on pain and suffering for the altcoin investor, right? So I don't think we're going to get the typical bear market, but I could be wrong. And either way, there could still be outliers like Monad. Like Benjamin Cohen said, there could be a few outliers even in midterm years, and Monad could be one of those outliers, right? Which is very, out of all the coins that I'm looking at, Monad is still a new coin here. Coinbase ICO, TVL rising, new users, traders on its ecosystem already, a community already built before its launch, a whole lot going for it, right? NFTs, memes, tokens being built on Monad, a lot of things going for it, new DApps being built. So it could be an outlier, like Benjamin Cohen said, that there's always a few that outperform in midterm years, and Monad could be one of those, that's my thesis, right? So from Jerry, save and forget if you have money. I'm sure Monad will reach its new all-time high, 100x to 500x easy. I don't know about 500x, but 100x in my opinion is very possible, right? And Vegeta with the TA was looking for that pullback, and we did get it before we continue higher, right? Not Mario Bro, not saying anything, but Mon feels undervalued, early phase, long-term hold, do your own research, right? And you have somewhere in here, hey Grok, edit this image to the price of Mon will be in 1.5 years, right? Oh, there you go. This is Grok showing you that Mon will be at 50 cents in 1.5 years. So it's a nice feature from Grok, man. Elon really crushed it with the AI tools, man. Really did. So yeah, Monad in a great spot, 50 cent, 1.5 years. Very reasonable targets. If you have 100k Monad, that's 50k. That's a lot of money, man. You can't be mad at 50k. You got 25k Monad. 50k Monad. That's gonna be 25k. Right? So again, 25k is a lot of money, man. A lot of people wish they had that right now, right? Extra 25k to reinvest into the market or start a business. That's a lot of money. So as always, guys, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate all the support, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.